Hey guys, Big Time Collector 01 here, back at it again with another action figure review. And today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to be facing these two figures off against each other and seeing which one is better. It'll be a new segment on this channel called Face Off, where we take two figures, basically the same character, and seeing which one is better for your collection. And today we have two Reverse Flashes. One's from DC Rebirth, and one is from Injustice 2. And let's see which one is better. Starting off with round 1, which is packaging, as you can see, they're basically the same thing, but they just have different things on the side. As you can see, we have DC Rebirth on the left and Injustice 2 on the right. You can see with the DC Rebirth Reverse Flash, you have the trading cards at the bottom, and you have a much smaller image than the one on the right, which with Injustice 2. I do personally like the Rebirth, or this older design here, where you get to see the other figures from the line, but I gotta say, I love this image of the figure right here. It does remind me of the older Injustice 1 promotionals images. But they're too similar in packaging, so this round is a draw. Round 2, we're going to be looking at accessories. They both come with DC Multiverse stands, you know, your basic black stand, and your trading card. They both have bios on the back. If you want to read them, pause it right now. They're pretty similar, but I think the Reverse Flash from Injustice 2 has more of a write-up. But when we take a look at their true accessories, we get to see a big difference between the two. Starting off with Rebirth Reverse Flash, he does come with the most accessories. He first comes with this back lightning bolt accessory, which as you can see, there's a peg hole, or a peg on there, with a peg hole on the back of the figure. Just plug it in there. Well, it's supposed to go like this, but you just plug it in there and then bam. It is articulated. You can move it up and down, but that's all you're gonna get as far as movement. It doesn't move side to side or in or out. Then you get this foot version, or foot lightning effect right here. As you can see, it has a peg hole at the bottom for the stand, which it plugs in very easily, like so. That's so it can hold the figure up in a running pose. And there is a peg right here to plug into the foot. And as you can see, fits in very easily. I do like the mechanics of this accessory a lot, because it utilizes the toe joint. My favorite accessories have to be these guys. These are smaller lightning bolt effects, but as you can see with the figure, there are peg holes on the forearms and on the shins. And these just plug into there like so. When you got them all on there, he looks like a total badass. I really like these effects a lot. And I know these are reused from the Rebirth Flash, but I never owned that figure, and I really wanted to know how these effects would work on it, and I'm very glad that they reused it for this Reverse Flash. And I gotta say, these are awesome. Moving on to Injustice 2 Reverse Flash, he comes with less accessories, and they are also reused from the Injustice 2 Flash. He first comes with this Sonic Bolt accessory. It looks very nice, but again, it's the same thing as the one that came with the Injustice 2 Flash, but just in red. I do like the coloring, though. It looks very nice. They're easy to pop on, too. You just slide them over the hand like so. And then, I never liked the Sonic Bolt accessory anyways. Even when it came to my normal Flash figure, it just looked weird how it flopped around like that. I never liked that specifically. And some of the promo images, he had it hold it up like this, very close up to the ball. Again, not my favorite. And also comes with these two. As you can see, this is a smaller lightning effect, and this one's more of a swoosh effect. I like this one a lot, but I just really wish he came with, you know, two of each. The lightning bolt here is meant to go on, you know, over the arms. You can put them on either side. It doesn't really matter. You can get creative with it. And this is meant to go over the leg, specifically the shins. And yeah, you got your swooshing effect right here. We got all of them on here, well, except for the Sonic Bolt. But as you can see, it's not as impressive as the Rebirth Reverse Flash. I know that's also because he comes with more of the effects. It just would have helped this figure if he came with at least 2 of these effects right here. So for round 2, the winner is Rebirth. Moving on to round 3, we're going to be taking a look at the paint and the sculpt work on these 2 figures, and there is quite a bit of differences between the 2. Starting off with Injustice 2, he has the most new sculpt work to him. He has a brand new head, brand new torso, brand new everything, except for the hands. I do believe they are reused from the first Injustice Flash. But as you can see, he has much more of a busy look to him, which is not bad. I've always liked this look. It's one of my favorite designs in Injustice 2. He has the silver shoulder pads, the silver gauntlets, the silver neck piece. The one thing that just stands out that I don't really like are all the red lines. Yes, it is very accurate to the game, but they weren't as thick like this. They weren't very present like this. But that's just very hard to translate from a video game to plastic form, so they get kind of a pass. What really hurts this figure is the paint. Some of the paint is just very sloppy. As you can see, I have a silver speck and red speck on his forearm right here. And on the back, you can see it's very messy, even though that shouldn't be that much of a problem because it's just the back of the figure. But as you can see, even on his butt, he's got some black markings on there. When I first opened up the figure, he had some black specks on his face, but they were easily rubbed off, which made me quite happy. Moving on to Rebirth, his whole body is actually reused from the Rebirth Flash. The only new sculpted parts here are the open hand, the chest emblem, and the head sculpt. The head sculpt, I really do like this expression a lot. The eyes are very mean looking. They have that red and the yellow pupils. And he's just very angry, very much appreciated. I like that a lot. The logo is obviously reversed and red and black. I always like that reverse Flash logo. Again, everything is the same thing as your first Rebirth Flash. Very slender body, which I do like. I do like the build of this figure a lot. It does look good. It's very simplistic, and it gets the job done. As for paint, it actually came out quite clean on this guy. Not as dirty as the Injustice 2 version. As you can see, there are still some black specks on it, on the figure, but they're not as noticeable. So I do appreciate that a lot. When it comes to the paint and sculpt work of these 2, it's very nice actually. I do like the paint apps on the Rebirth Reverse Flash a lot, but the Injustice 2 Flash has the most new sculpting on it. Even though the paint is still very sloppy on the figure, I still like the new sculpt work on it. So this round goes to Injustice 2. And to round 4, we have Articulation. And that's the biggest difference between these 2, so let's take a look at them. You can see their heads can look up, down, side to side, and pivot. And as you can see, Injustice 2's Reverse Flash is the winner. Shoulders can move out that far. As you can see, the Rebirth Reverse Flash is a little bit more up, but they're mostly the same. But I do like how the shoulder pads on the Injustice 2 version don't get in the way. They have double jointed elbows, and as you can see, Injustice 2 bends in a lot more. Both figures have the same wrist hinge. They can both hinge up and down and rotate. Their torsos can crunch back that much, crunch forward that much, pivot, and rotate. Their hips can move out that much. As you can see, Rebirth is the winner there, but Injustice 2 still has a really good amount of range. Both their knees are double jointed and they can bend back that far. They're pretty much the same. Both have your traditional McFarlane ankle ball joint. They can both move in that much, move back that much, rotate and pivot, and have toe articulation. When it comes to articulation, the Injustice 2 Reverse Flash really surprised me with how much more it can do than the Rebirth version. Even though they both have the kind of the same amount, just I think that Injustice 2 has more posability. But with that said, I do have a hard time getting him into a decent running pose, but the Rebirth Reverse Flash can get into that very easily, and you have more versatility with it. So with this round, it goes to Rebirth. And before we get to the final round, let's do some comparisons first. And for a Reverse Flash comparison, here they are next to the one that Mezco made. And out of the three of them, I gotta say, the Rebirth Reverse Flash is the best. For a Flash comparison, here they are next to the McFarlane Toys Injustice 2 Flash. And I gotta say, they both scale very well with each other. For another Speedster comparison, here they are with the Gold Label Red Death. And I gotta say, I've been having a blast mixing and matching the accessories from these guys on the Gold Label Red Death. For some villain comparisons, here they are next to the McFarlane Toys Lex Luthor and the McFarlane Toys Mortal Kombat 11 Joker. Now, onto the final round, we have price. So I got these two both on Amazon, and they were both $19.99. So that obviously makes this round a tie. And with those results, the Rebirth Reverse Flash wins 2-1. With all that said and done, I hope you enjoyed the video. And let me know which Reverse Flash was your favorite. Do you think the Injustice 2 one should have won? Or do you still think the Rebirth one is the superior one out of the two? I gotta say, the Rebirth one is definitely my favorite out of these two. It definitely comes with more accessories, and the articulation is a lot better for running poses, which the Injustice 2 one lacks. And it does scale very well with your other DC Multiverse figures. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Please let me know down in the comments below if you guys want me to do more face-off videos like this. Because if you guys do, I will definitely do more, because I had a lot of fun making this video, and I had a lot of fun posing these figures. I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.